Hello and welcome to the Blackout Podcast, where I get to talk to amazing people that do amazing things. And today, I'm right inside the blue collar barbershop with the owner, Stuart Cochrane. Thanks so much for welcoming me into your space today.
Thanks for reaching out.
Yo, man, it's always great talking to you. Last time we talked in the studio and like right smack in COVID, and I remember it was also tough for you because it affects you personally, like with your dad.
Yeah.
Hope he's doing a lot better now.
He is definitely doing a lot better now. So yeah, I guess to go back to the beginning, back when COVID first hit, especially when it hit really hard in the UK, my parents were in the UK visiting family.
Oh.
And they were part of that crowd of people that were
Not
told,
sure
well, they were
how
told
to
like,
come in.
hey, you're not in Canada. Get the hell back here because we're closing the borders. So they had to cut their trip short. They got here back home as fast as they could. And in their isolation period, they actually found out that they tested positive. My dad tested positive for COVID. And 3 or 4 days after he tested positive, he was in the hospital.
Wow.
Spent about 3 weeks in the hospital. And of that, he spent about 4 days in the ICU.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was long.
That was scary.
That was
I mean,
very-
I can't even imagine that, but just like, damn.
Yeah, that was a long 3 weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's one of the COVID long haulers, they call them. So he's still suffering with some COVID related symptoms, but he's on the mend. Thank God.
I mean, you don't have to talk about this if you don't want to, but I think the second or the third wave, by that time, we had a group of people that kept saying, why do we have to wear masks? Why, people, like when you've had such a personal experience, someone that's family, that close to you,
Yeah.
spending time in the ICU, when you see things like that on social media, people gathering at the Citadel, like how does it feel?
It makes me feel a little not sure how long those people are going to be alive. Like doing everything you're told not to because of the scientific facts that show, if you are unmasked in a crowd, you are so likely to contract COVID. They're just like, oh, well, I don't care. It's like, fuck, okay. Now, I came to this, I thought of this comparison the other day. So many people who are refusing to get vaccinated, and they're stating because, well, my grandfather fought in Second World War against fascism, and this is fascism. It's like, well, did you forget that there was such thing as conscription, and people were told that they were going over to fight? Like, yeah, like you get a vaccination, you might have a sore arm for a couple days, you might have some flu symptoms for a few days, whatever, that's fine. At least you're not going to be spreading COVID. But if you think about it, you're trying to compare what your grandfather did in 1938 to what's going on nowadays. Well, if your grandfather didn't sign up for war, there's a very strong chance he would have just been told, well, you're fucking going to war anyways, so you literally have like a 95% chance of dying. So you're going over anyways. It's like, what's worse, being told that you're going to war or being told that you need to take a vaccine to keep yourself and other people safe?
Yeah.
It's
like, and like the person that blocked the border, I think it's a little bit selfish too, because, it's like you're thinking about yourself and your comfort rather than thinking of everybody, because like, say you are young and you can catch COVID and you can fight it off, whatever, but how many people are you going to infect while you have it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think because I don't know what's going on in the world these days, but no one gives a shit about the person next to them. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I'm like, COVID changed things because by then you were like waiting for the shop to open. The shop is open. We're in the space.
Yeah.
It's stunning.
Oh, thank you.
You did some things to the place because I kind of saw a little bit of it before COVID. Like, so did COVID give you time to spruce up the space?
Absolutely. So before COVID hit, when everything was just, I guess in the before time. Back then, I had been planning on some renovations for a little bit, which I pulled the trigger on and made them happen over the course of, I think we did them in May last year. But so when I first opened up, I had an old church pew in the front window. I had, I didn't have this here. I had everything was in the corner, in a corner antique cabinet kind of thing. I had 4 workstations, and they were husky toolboxes with mirrors on the wall behind them, and only 4 chairs. I had a little alcove back here that was kind of extra seating and stuff. But so basically the shop just got completely redone. We put in the floating countertops with sinks on them. Recently built the bench into the window to, maintain as far distance as possible whenever people can come and hang out inside the shop again. Our chairs we're not using the middle chairs at the moment, so there's only 4 of us working here full time, and 1 part-timer who's an apprentice. So our chairs are 10 feet apart from each other, so lots of room for social distancing. We put this sliding door on the bathrooms. We were able to push everything as far away from everything as possible. With our old swinging door there,
Yeah, you had to be.
Yeah, you'd be knocking your client out every day. So basically, I just wanted to do everything to really streamline the space as much as possible, keep everything separated as far as possible, with, the thought process that this isn't going to last forever. And when the time comes, I can get 6 people cutting hair in here instead of 4, and we can be 5 feet from face to face instead of 6 feet, minimum from face to face kind of thing. So definitely took the opportunity to redesign the shop for maximum efficiency while also maintaining all the public health and safety protocols kind of thing.
Yeah, talking about protocols, what are the things that you change, and what are the things that customers have to do when they come into the shop? I booked my... I remember I was like, I had a huge beard when we first recorded the last episode, but now I was like, okay, I want to take it off, and I knew I want to do it. You're go on the website. It's great. You just go there, choose the time, and it's, and the service you want. You can actually pay right on there, so that was great. But, you come in, what happens from there?
So when you get to the shop, you can either stand outside the window, we'll see you. I mean, it's, fucking 200 square feet of window space. Or you can open the door, say you're here kind of thing. Or you can open the door, ask if there's space for us to take you. We'll take a look at our schedule, get you in kind of thing. But at the moment, because we don't have enough space in our waiting area for social distancing, we can't have people waiting inside the shop. So we set up a little patio set outside. You sit outside, you wait. We ask you not to show up more than 5 minutes before your appointment because if you show up 20 minutes early, there's nothing we can do for you. Right. Unfortunately, you got to wait outside for 20 minutes. If someone is 20 minutes, half an hour early, we just tell them to go to Fortune Donut or go to Alter Egos. Get a coffee, go hang out for a few minutes. We'll be with you shortly, kind of thing. So when you come in the shop, you have to keep your mask on the entire time. Even if you're getting your face shaved or your beard trimmed, you have to keep your mask on until you are told it's time to take your mask off for your facial service. We do the facial service, make sure everything's up to your standards, and then you have to put it right back on before we, shave the back of your neck, style your hair, anything like that. It's really only allowed for the length of time it takes to do a beard trim or something like that, or a shave. It could take 15 minutes. It's only 15 minutes that you're allowed to have your mask off kind of thing. Because of my experiences with it, with my dad's experiences with COVID, I take the protocol very seriously.
Yeah.
So some people, when you book online, they've got this big phrasing about this long with each service. It's the same thing. Basically says, don't show up more than 5 minutes early. if you're more than 5 minutes late, we might not be able to take you because we have extra cleaning time. Another one in there says, like, if you are early, you have to wait outside. Not everyone's going to read that whole thing. Some people say, oh, really? I have to wait outside? And they'll just come in and they'll try to just walk right in. Oh, where can I sit? It's like, out there. So actually, we have a like a chain kind of thing over there by the door, which we let you in and we let you out kind of thing. The door's open so you could, reach in and say you're here kind of thing. But when we first reopened the shop, we actually kept the door locked between clients. But then you have people coming in, pulling on the door. It doesn't open, so they try again. Doesn't open the second time, so they jiggle it 3 or 4 times. Which, it's human nature. There's people in there, but the door's locked. What's that about?
Right.
So this was a much more friendly option. You can still get in. You're not, feeling like you're locked out kind of thing. And you're not feeling locked in either, which is kind of nice.
Yes.
But yeah, you have to keep your mask on. You have to wait outside until you come in. We have sanitizer at our stations. We also have a big bottle of sanitizer right there, so you have to sanitize your hands.
And you also have masks, because, like, I have one of the masks.
Oh, sorry, I forgot my mask. Oh, don't worry, I have 600. We're ready for you.
Yeah. COVID has changed things, and you've adapted, change things around, but you also use that time to get the shop to where you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
One thing I also noticed was, you have now, like, branded blue collar, like, the charcoal soap. I keep calling it black soap. The charcoal soap and other things. Like, what was the idea behind starting to get, branded blue collar items?
When I first, decided I was going to open a shop, I reached out to my friend. His name's Rob Lutz. He owns Artful beard oil and tattoo balm. They're based out of Wasis, New Brunswick, just outside Fredericton. So he's been, he makes everything by hand. It's all, 100% or as close to 100% organic ingredients as he can find. He uses ingredients that are long-term, shelf-stable, that don't have additives in them. Like a lot of beard oil, they'll use grapeseed oil as the main oil because it does have a lot of benefits. But grapeseed oil only has about a year and a half shelf life kind of thing from production date. So you might get some beard oil that when they bought their grapeseed was 6 months old.
Right.
By the time they sell that to you, it could have been 3 months since it was made. You have 3 months to use that bottle of beard oil. And then, at first it's not going to be too bad. But if you leave it for like a year and, you go clean shaven for a year and then you start growing your beard back in, you could develop some like skin irritation and things like that from using, expired products on your skin. So Rob uses apricot kernel oil, which is actually shelf stable for I think about 5 years.
Wow!
So there's a lot of time to use it. You don't have to worry about it right away, kind of thing. So he knows, everything that he can possibly learn about, his products that he makes. And he's a good friend of mine. So I knew I was going to get him to do something like a signature scent for me. So I got. We started with our beard oil, which is I told him I wanted something like of a bay rum base, because I love bay rum. It's one of my favorite scents. But I also wanted to have like a sweet red scent in it. Like I was thinking like maybe bay rum and cherry and vanilla. And he did that, and he wasn't happy with the smell of it. He's like, it just smells kind of like candy. He's like, I'm not even going to send you a sample of that. He's like, I'm going to send you a sample of what I think you would like. So he sent me bay rum and vanilla, but instead of cherry, he used red currant. Okay. And that's like, I was like, okay, I don't need any more samples or anything. This is fucking it.
Right.
And the idea was just like have something that you can only get at the shop, a very unique scent, a unique experience. And then about 2 weeks before I opened the shop, I was like, Rob, can you make this into an aftershave for me? And he's like, yeah, sure, man. He's like, how much do you need? I was like, I don't know, like 2 liters. Give me a lot of it. So he sends me these 2 big glass jars full. He's like, I don't have the right stuff to send it. So he's like, just got these big jars with like snap lids that he glued down or like sort of taped together to keep it from closing up on me. And that's what we finish every neck shave with on every haircut.
Yeah, I love that smell.
Yeah, so you get your haircut here, you'll walk out of here smelling like you just got your haircut at Blue Collar.
Yeah, I agree. And that smell made me like I had to get the beard oil right away. The charcoal soap, you didn't even talk about that.
So that's actually our newest sort of addition we did for that, because after people, they have their guys coming in with beards down here, like, oh, I just need something better than beard oil to keep in control. Do you have a beard balm? Like, no, but that's a good idea. I should talk to Rob about doing a beard balm. So now we have a signature beard balm as well. It's all the same scent across the board. And he's been making like charcoal, like activated charcoal beard soap forever, but with his own scents. Like he's got some very nice spicy stuff, unscented stuff, like some minty things. It's like, I want one of those too. I really want one of those. And I just sent him a message like, do you think you could do up a little batch of that for me? He's like, oh yeah, for sure. Next thing I know, like 5-6 weeks later, I forgot I asked him about it. I get a friggin' box in the mail. It's like 65 bars of soap or something like that. Holy shit, okay. He's like, yeah, just send me the cash whenever you want. He's like, just use one a couple times. Just make sure it smells good enough for you. He's like, I threw in an extra one in there just for like a sample. And it's like, no, I just use his body wash. I don't even have a beard anymore. So.
Yeah, me too. That's how I use it. So the other thing, I guess like, with cutting hair, shaving, I don't know if it's like a fixed price across the board, but like, you can kind of price that, right?
Yeah.
But like with merchandise like this, how do you decide what the right price range is?
So the way I look at it is, with a haircut, if I have to use my scissors or my balding shaver, like if you want to come in, you want to get like a number 1 guard on the top, like a buzz cut, but you want to do a really high bald fade on the side kind of thing. Like that's a lot of time. That's not a quick simple buzz cut. That's a full price haircut.
Okay.
You go to every other barbershop, it's going to be the same kind of thing. You get your beard trimmed. You just want trimmers to line it up kind of thing. You don't want a straight razor work. That's just a basic beard trim. That's even if your beard's down here or something like what you have, you just want me to line it up for you. It's still $17. But as soon as I have to like break out shaving cream and a straight razor, hot towels,
it's one thing, dude.
It's totally worth it, dude.
I was like, okay, I don't want to sleep off, but I don't know, I might have slept off.
It's totally worth it, man.
Yeah.
It's great for your skin. It feels great.
It does.
It's relaxing. You might fall asleep getting your face shaved. You don't even realize it's happening anymore.
The thing is like, it's all hot, and then it's cold, but it's like, you kind of end up with the cold towel.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so the way, my process is going to be a little bit different from everybody else's. It's not science. It's definitely an art. Shaving is an art. It's definitely, you're working with angles with your straight razor and everything like that. That's kind of the science part of it. That's the set in stone. If you're coming in with your razor blade at a 45-degree angle, coming in straight against the skin, or a 90-degree angle, you're gonna cut the shit out of someone. If you come in like really, really close, it's just gonna glide over the hair and not actually cut the hair. But if you come in, so yes, 45-degree angle is the ideal one because it hits the hair at the root and
then takes it
right off and just pushes it right off.
Yeah.
So you got to be good with your angles. And then the art behind that is when you're coming up on the rounding of a face, like along the jawline. You can't just keep going 45. You got to curve it with the shape of the face kind of thing. But the therapeutic part to me, the nice part about shaving is, the preparation. That's the most important part. That's the part that does all the work for you, basically.
Yeah.
The layers of hot towels, shaving cream, pre-shave oil. I just use my beard oil for pre-shave oil because it's perfect for it.
Yeah.
How well you whip the lather across the face kind of thing. Making sure that it's actually getting into the facial hair and lifting, going between the hairs and not just layering it on like you're making a fucking sandwich kind of thing. You gotta whip it in.
Yeah.
And how long you leave the hot towels on for. It all comes together to, maximize the experience for the customer and maximizes the efficiency of your shave that you're doing, which
And
is
it feels so good.
it feels fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, I caught you off. You were telling me like with pricing for hair, it's kind of big thing, but with the products, how do you decide on the pricing on that?
Products, I just go with kind of like the standard retail mentality of like, try to make back what I paid for it and make enough to buy another one.
So like you get it from your friend in like a jar.
Yeah.
Do you like you put it in the bottle yourself or?
So now he does all that stuff for me.
Oh, right, okay.
So he sends me everything prepackaged and everything.
Okay.
I just gotta slap my stickers on it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love it. And while we're setting up, you were mentioning there's a photo of you and your dad with this chair.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, looking at the chair, it's heavy, first
yeah.
off. But like, what's this? Like, how do you say it was like building a chair? What goes into setting that up?
So when I say rebuilding it, I had to just basically put it back together from what I did to it. So I had to take the arms off, take the back off. This cushion here just pops right off, like it's just sitting there. And take this part off and this cushion here. I took that all to be reupholstered because when I first got this chair, it was covered in crushed red velvet, which is super nice for the house, but it's gonna hold on to every fucking piece of hair that touches it. It's like that is not going in my barbershop like that. So the thing is like, one arm on this weighs about 15 pounds.
Fuck.
And the back weighs like 40 pounds. So it's all really heavy. So I needed Dad to help me hold on to cushions, hold things in place, make sure everything went into the right spot kind of thing. Because if I rebuilt a gold chair over there by myself, it took me like 4 hours. It was just like trying to hold things and push it in the right spots. This is fucking frustrating. You definitely need an extra pair of hands with it. But Dad and I, we got this chair put back together in like 45 minutes or something like that.
And I think, I mean, I'm not want to compare, but like the aesthetic here is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
From the pictures on the wall to the washroom.
Oh,
I love the "Don't be a dick" sign.
Everyone needs that little friendly reminder.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that kind of comes through just hanging out with you, talking with you. You care about people.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not just another $20 whatever haircut, right?
Yeah.
It's about the person.
Yeah.
And not just the person, but all people, like you have a sign that says all races, all genders, everything, welcome here. Why is that important to you?
I just think it's important that people be treated like people, like there's no reason to be, any sort of, there's no reason to treat people like they're anything other than humans. Like, treat people as individuals. If you're an individual who is a dickhead, that has nothing to do with where you're from or who you are or the color of your skin. You're just a shitty person. And to just assume that someone is not valuable because of how they look it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't want that in my shop. I don't want that around me. In fact, we have had times where I've had to basically tell people to shut the fuck and get the fuck out of here. I don't mind doing that. I'm a big guy. I can step to you if I have to. No one ever has to get physical, but you just sometimes have to know how to deal with these types of individuals.
Yeah.
Like there was a time maybe 6 months ago, we had a customer in here who started to make some. He wasn't making the comments yet, but he was definitely, you can tell when someone's leading a conversation towards some shitty topics. And before he got to say them, I was just over in my corner, he was over in the other corner, and I just said, dude, you gotta change the fucking subject right now. Oh, well, I wasn't saying anything bad. It's like, but you were going to. We all could tell. We were all looking at each other like, what the fuck is he about to say? You just gotta be able to read the room.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy can't read a fucking room to save his life.
Oh yeah. Earlier you were telling me about this the flash, the black and white flash that
Yeah.
the tattoo. Is it Barber and the tattoo?
Yeah,
artist?
so his name is Dre Perales. He owns Tip Top Pomade, which we do carry from time to time in here. He's barber originally in California. At some point in his life, he switched to tattooing. He still does both. Like he runs a tattoo barbershop during the day and tattoos. I don't know when he makes time to do it, but he still does. He does a very nice tattoo. Does a great haircut. But so yeah, he owns 3 barbershops, I believe, and a product company and a couple tattoo shops. So he's a busy guy. But when everything, when California locked down, they were like, when they first locked down, it was like you couldn't even get Uber Eats. It was locked down so hard. So he took 10 of his favorite flash sheets. I've got 8 of them hanging up in here. No, so he did 12 of his favorite flash sheets. I've got 10 hanging up in here. And he made them all black and white, and he did 100 prints, like 100 sets of like 12 sheets for $100 American. And every penny of that went to his barbers and tattooers that worked for him, who were all out of work and trying to figure out what's going on, with all that nonsense with that first U.S. stimulus check that was supposed to go out, that didn't end up going out, that went out to some people and then not to others, kind of thing. They're just figuring out everything. Yeah. So. Yeah.
No, I mean, again, it's always great seeing you. It's always great being in your shop. But I want to end it with this, though. Your shop is right smack in Gottingen Street, and Gottingen is about community. How does it feel being a part of that community?
Feels great, man. Like, I get to go outside, drink my coffee, I'll, probably talk to 5 people just sitting outside for 20 minutes. I'll go for a walk down the street to go get some bread from Ratno or go get a coffee at Alter Egos. I'm going to run into 10 people. I go over there to go get a donut for Fortune. People. I'm just going to be talking to everybody. Like I said earlier today, like you don't get anywhere fast on Gottingen Street because you're going to run into everybody you know, and it's great. Someone might be having a shitty day, so they're being a bit of a dickhead today, but then you run into the next day like, sorry about that, having a day. Let me buy you a coffee for that. It's like, okay, cool, man, sure, whatever. It's honest to God community. There's no people here who are like faking their community vibes kind of thing, You don't have to worry about if it passes the vibe check kind of thing, It's just people living their life the way they want to, the way they've always lived their life, A lot of real people around here, which is great.
Man, Stu, it's always great hanging out with you. Thanks for the shave and the beard oil. I'm starting to use it now. It feels great.
All right on, man. I like to hear that, dude.